Alright, so 2022 is just around the horizon, and with it comes amazing game releases. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, because I have brought you a list of top 10 games coming in 2022. So let's begin. Coming up at number 10, we have Gran Turismo 7. We're starting this list off with a racing game. Being a huge fan of racing games myself, I felt that it was only right to start off with this one. This game brings the return of the Gran Turismo simulation mode, encompassing the long established and definitive single player campaign feature. Other classic features were shown in the trailer, such as the return of the traditional racing tracks and vehicles, and will also include special events, championships, driving school, tuning parts shop, used cars dealership, and GT Auto, while still retaining the new GT Sport mode. Brand Central and Discover that were introduced in Gran Turismo Sport. The game also features the return of dynamic time and weather effects, which previously appeared in Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6. For the PS5 version, the game will take advantage of the console's increased processing power, dedicated ray tracing hardware, custom SSD storage, Tempest engine, and DualSense controller to support features such as advanced haptic feedback, real-time ray tracing effects, 3D spatial audio, and reducing loading times. As a PS5 user myself, this is something that I am extremely excited about. Alright, and on to number 9 is Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is set 20 years after the first game, starring a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, who is equipped with various parkour skills. Players can perform actions such as climbing ledges, sliding, leaping off from edges, and wall running to quickly navigate the city. It was confirmed that there are over 3,000 parkour animations to give more fluid free-running experience, which is just insane. Tools such as a grappling hook and a paraglider also aid traversal in the city. Aiden can also use the undead to break his fall. This game is mostly melee based, with the majority of fighting using melee weapons. The melee weapons have a limited lifespan and will degrade as the player uses them in combat. Long-range weapons such as crossbows, shotguns, and spears can be used as well. Weapons can be upgraded with different blueprints and components, which can be found by breaking down weapons for craft parts. Aiden can also utilize superhuman skills due to the infection. This game is set in the city, a massive urban open world set in Europe that players can explore freely. This map is actually 4 times bigger than the original map, which in itself is pretty awesome. I just love the type of freedom this game gives you. I'm really looking forward to trying this game out once it comes out. Dying Light 2 was also supposed to come out in 2021, but got delayed to 2022. So I hope they have put their effort in to make this game really enjoyable. Number 8. Horizon Forbidden West. Oh man, do I love this game series. I remember playing Zero Dawn, and it's one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. Their artwork is really on another level. I can't wait to play this on my PS5 to see what they can do with the next gen console. Horizon Forbidden West is set in an open world of post-apocalyptic California, Utah, and Nevada. The game will explore the setting of a mysterious location known as the Forbidden West. The game will feature a multitude of iconic locations, including a ruined San Francisco and the Yosemite Valley with various biomes. Number 7. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. It's another Lego game, boys! As you can probably tell already, I'm a huge fan of Lego games. I played so many of these. Unlike most Lego video games in which players have to advance through the story in a linear order, players can choose to start the game from any of the 9 Skywalker Saga episodes and complete them in any order they wish. Each episode will have 5 story missions, making a total of 45 levels, contrasting from 6 levels per episode in previous games. Combat has been revamped from previous titles, such as lightsaber wielders now using a variety of combos with light attacks, heavy attacks and force moves and blaster characters. Having an over-the-shoulder camera, the game features 300 playable characters. Much like The Force Awakens, the game's hub will not be a single area such as the Mos Eisley Cantina in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, but a wide range of fully explorable planets filled with many iconic Star Wars landmarks. I'm overall really excited for another LEGO Star Wars game. This game as well was meant to release in 2021 but got delayed to 2022, therefore making it to this list. Number 6. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time Remake. Oh man, I have so much to say about this game, but I don't want this video to be like 5 hours long. I hope that this game comes out next year. I've lost count of how many times this game was delayed. But I'm super excited for this game. I did play it a lot when I was a kid, and it do happen that I pick up the game again to play it every now and then. It has an incredible good storytelling and fun gameplay from parkour to beating up bad guys. The game follows an unnamed prince whose father sacks an ancient city at the investigation of a traitorous vizier. During the attack, the prince obtains an artifact called the Dagger of Time, while his father's army captures an hourglass containing the mysterious Sands of Time. Visiting the palace of the Sultan of Assad to present the sands as a gift. The vizier tricks the prince into releasing the sands, transforming the people of Assad into savage monsters under his control, together with Farah, a young princess who knows the power of the sands. The prince works to correct his mistake and foil the vizier's evil plans. The gameplay revolves around the prince's parkour abilities, broken up fights with the creatures created by the sands. A key mechanic in the game is using the dagger to rewind time if the prince makes a mistake parkouring, and using it to kill and freeze enemies. I'm honestly getting goosebumps just talking about this game because it's honestly that good. Number 5. Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Zelda is back once again, and I'm excited for this one. I played the first Breath of the Wild and fell in love. Their open world concept of these games are awesome. You can choose to just go and do the story all the time and complete the game quickly, or you can do like I did and spend a lot of time in the open world exploring different things, craft things or just have fun. The sequel was first announced at E3 in 2019, and after that we've all been waiting for this game to release. It is said to be releasing in 2022 even though we don't know when yet, so I guess we'll just have to be waiting. Number 4. Elden Ring. Alright, so let's talk a bit about Elden Ring. There's a lot of RPGs already on the horizon, and there's a lot coming in the near future. And as a huge RPG fan, I had to put this one on the list. This is a new dark fantasy action RPG. It revolves around the Elden Ring, which holds the power to command the stars and life itself, until it was shattered by someone or something. Now the world is at war and the sky burns. The main character represents the will or ambition of mankind. From what I've heard, the combat is going to be very Dark Souls fashioned, which just by hearing that, I know that the gameplay is going to be awesome. Graphics looks amazing as well, and I can't wait to get my hands on Elden Ring. Number 3. Test Drive Unlimited: Solar Crown. It was just a question of time when another racing game would hit this list, and it's obviously going to be TDU Solar Crown. I've been waiting for what seems to be a million years for another test drive game. I spent an incredible amount of time on Test Drive Unlimited 2 back in the days, and it's by far one of my favorite open world racing games out there. We first heard about this all the way back in 2016 when Big Ben Interactive, which is now called Nacon, acquired the Test Drive intellectual property from Atari and wanted to reboot the franchise, which was great news. As for the last game in the series, they plan to do another 1:1 scale of a real life location, and this time they are doing Hong Kong Island, and the map is going to be huge. I can say this. In Test Drive Unlimited 2, which we had on the PlayStation 3, the map was actually around a whopping 4,300 square kilometers, which by itself is insane for such an old console. Number 2, God of War Ragnarok. The God is back, and this time probably for the last time. At least that's what has been said. This is a game I'm really excited about. I am just in love with the type of vibe this game gives me. Taking place 3 years after events of the previous game, Fimbulwinter is drawing to a close, and it is prophesied that Ragnarok will begin once it comes to an end. And now teenage Altros, still reeling from the revelations of the previous game, seeks answers about his identity as Loki, as well as a way to prevent Ragnarok from happening. To uncover the truth, Kratos and Atreus set out to find answers, searching for the giant Norse god of war Tyr, who was previously believed to be dead. Whilst traversing the 9 realms, the duo must face new threats, including Thor, the enraged god of thunder, and Freya, their former friend and ally, both seeking vengeance following the deaths of the respective sons of Kratos' hands. A sequel for the 2018's God of War game was actually teased at the end of that game, which is something I myself is a huge fan of. I love when companies would tease their next game at the end or during their previous game. It's awesome. I love it. Alright, number 1, Hogwarts Legacy. Alright guys, the time has finally come when we are allowed into Hogwarts. This is by far the game I'm most excited about coming this year. If you can't tell by now, Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming open world action role playing game set in the late 1800s in the wizarding world. Yes, you heard me right, an actual open world game. We can play exploring everything the wizarding world has to offer, including going to Hogwarts, exploring the Forbidden Forest, taking classes and becoming the type of wizard you wish to become and has always dreamt of. You can also customize your character, including voice and how your body looks. We don't have too much info on this game, which makes it a bit more exciting. We do know, however, that it's set before Harry Potter stepped into Hogwarts. But we could meet some known characters, and that's basically everything we know. This was also a game that was supposed to come out in 2021, but is now delayed to 2022. So that was my list of the top 10 games coming in 2022. Do you have a different list? Please let me know in the comments below. I will be streaming most of these games over on twitch.tv, so make sure you follow me over there at twitch.tv/thepenguingamer, and please hit that like button because these type of videos do actually take a long time to make, so I would really appreciate that. And until next time guys, I will see you around. See you in my next video. Bye guys.